A warm good morning to all the conference delegates. And also, I thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to present my work here in this forum. So, today my presentation is how nephrin enhances the chemotherapeutic efficacy of cisplatin, which is an established anti-cancer drug in lung cancer cells. So, lung cancer represents about 19% of all the cancer deaths worldwide and reported to be the most frequently diagnosed cancer, and it occurs more frequently in males than in females. And coming to the classification of lung cancer, it can be classified into two types: non-small cell lung cancer and small cell lung cancer. This non-small cell lung cancer again is classified into three types: squamous cell carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, and large cell carcinoma. About 85% of the lung cancer cases come under this non-small cell lung cancer classification, and this NCA, that is non-small cell lung cancer therapy, includes surgery, radiotherapy, and drug treatment, that is chemotherapy. The chemotherapeutic drugs include cisplatin, oxaliplatin, carboplatin, gemcitabine, Pemetrexed, and then doxorubicin, etoposide, and vincristine. Drugs and radiation therapy are frequently used. They result in therapeutic resistance. Mostly, chemotherapy leads to therapeutic resistance leading to drug resistance. Continuous usage of chemotherapeutic drugs leads to drug resistance, multi-drug resistance, and also it causes toxicity to non-target tissues, and it remains to be the major obstacle for successful treatment. Enhanced chemotherapeutic efficacy and reduced toxicity to non-target tissue is considered as an important criteria for selecting anti-cancer drugs. Now, coming to cisplatin, our present work includes combination with established anti-cancer drug, that is cisplatin, along with nephrin, which is a phytochemical. So, coming to cisplatin is also also called as chemically it is cis-diamine dichloroplatinum drug, platinum 2. So cisplatin is one of the most widely used metal anti-cancer drug, commonly used as first-line treatment for various cancers such as lung, bladder, ovarian, testicular, head and neck, esophageal, gastric, colon, and pancreatic cancers. And the molecular mechanism includes induction of oxidative stress, which is in the form of production of reactive oxygen species and also lipid peroxidation. And it also induces p53 signaling and cell cycle arrest and downregulation of proto-oncogenes and activation of intrinsic and extrinsic pathway of apoptosis. So major limitations of the cisplatin include development of drug resistance and toxicity to non-target tissues. So multiple therapeutic complications in cisplatin combination therapy with other anti-cancer drugs include increased DNA adduct repair mechanism. Here, actually, the cisplatin induces apoptosis in cells by causing DNA crosslinks or DNA adduct formation. So the resistance is because of increased repair mechanisms. That's how the cisplatin-induced drug resistance is because of enhanced repair mechanism in the cancer patients undergoing cisplatin treatment. So inhibition of DNA damage signal propagation to the apoptotic machinery, and also because of inhibition of this apoptotic mechanisms, resulting in loss of damage recognition, activation of the cell survival pathway, that is PI3K, AKT, mTOR pathway, and also loss of p53 function. You know that p53 is a tumor promoter, or not tumor suppressor, which plays a major role in cell cycle regulation. So the loss of regulation also is one of the reasons, and also activation of this cell survival pathway. All these are the reasons for drug resistance in cisplatin treated patients. So, and also overexpression of TCL2 protein, which is anti-apoptotic protein. So again, it is inhibition of apoptosis. All these things lead to drug resistance in cisplatin treated patients. Therefore, a great deal of effort has been made to increase the therapeutic efficacy of cisplatin by a modulation of all these targets. So here we tried nephrin, a phytochemical. It is basically an alkaloid which is taken from the lotus embryo. So nephrin has various biological. It's an alkaloid, which you can see the structure of chemical structure of nephrin in this on the right hand side of the slide. So this is basically, it's an alkaloid taken from the lotus embryo, and it has various biological and pharmacological activities, which include anti-diabetic, cholinesterase inhibition, cardioprotective, anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-fibrosis, and anti-multi-drug resistance also. So in the present study, we explored the chemosensitizing effect of nephrin with cisplatin in human lung adenocarcinoma cells, and we evaluated the anti-cancer potential of nephrin against lung cancer in VISTA rats model also. So we have two objectives here. The first objective is to study the effect of combined regimen of nephrin and cisplatin on apoptosis induction in human lung adenocarcinoma cells, that is A549 cells. And objective two is to study the effect of combined regimen of nephrin and cisplatin on survival and autophagy pathways in human lung adenocarcinoma cells. So here you can see in the under the first objective, these are the various parameters which we have studied. The first one is cytotoxicity. The cytotoxicity is evaluated through MTT-assay, LDH and NO assays, and oxidative stress is evaluated through ROS generation through assays which estimate ROS generation, cellular antioxidant assays, and also lipid peroxidation. And apoptosis is determined using, is assessed by assay which measures the mitochondrial membrane dissipation, that is mitochondrial membrane integrity, and also cell cycle analysis, and seeing the expression profile of various genes and proteins which are involved in apoptosis. BCL2, which is anti-apoptotic, and all the other pro-apoptotic proteins, which include BAX, BAD, BAC, PARP, PARP cleavage, P53, which is a tumor suppressor, cytochrome C, caspase 9, caspase 3A, and PARP. So all these are associated with apoptosis. So we have seen some of them. We have seen the mRNA profile also, and most of them protein level expression we have studied through Western blot analysis. And coming to the metastasis, we have also seen the anti-metastatic potential of nephrin through expression profile of FAC, VEGF protein expression, and MMP zymography, matrix metalloproteases. Now coming to the objective 2, in the objective 2, we have seen the cell survival pathway, effect of nephrin on cell survival pathway, and as well as autophagy was evaluated through acridine orange staining, and also gene and protein profiling of PI3K C3 and Beclin 1 and LC3-2B. Now coming to the objective 1, which is to study the combined effect of the combined regimen of nephrin and cisplatin on apoptosis induction in human lung adenocarcinoma cells. So first of all, we have evaluated the IC50 dose. We have determined the IC50 dose and also the combination dose. So here you can see the preliminary experiment was not shown, but you can see here, the IC50 dose of nephrin is of cisplatin is C20 20 micromolar, whereas combination dose is chosen as nephrin 10 micromolar and cisplatin 10 micromolar. Both together, it gave up to it is almost the IC50 dose of the combination seemed to be 10 micromolar of nephrin and 10 micromolar of cisplatin. This is the combined regimen which is fixed, which is giving IC50 value, which is similar to IC50, which is giving cell death, which is IC50 dose of the combination regimen, which is causing cell death similar to that of IC50 dose of cisplatin, that is 20 micromolar. So here you can see how it is arrived. So we have arrived at the IC50 of the combination dose based on this calculation. Now you can see here. So this treatment schedule is used for all the experiments, further experiments. So group 1 constitutes control, group 2 is 10 micromolar of nephrin, group 3 is 10 micromolar of cisplatin, and group 4 is combination, 10 micromolar of nephrin and 10 micromolar of cisplatin, and the fourth group is IC50 dose of cisplatin, that is 20 micromolar. And here you can see the lactate dehydrogenase, the release of percentage release of lactate dehydrogenase, which is a measure of membrane integrity. So, as the cell death increases or cytotoxicity increases, you can see the what do you say, LDH activity, that is lactate dehydrogenase activity, increased in the supernatant. That means the membrane integrity is lost. That means more cell death is there in combined as well as combined cells treated with combined regimen as well as cells treated with IC50 dose of nephrin. You can IC50 dose of cisplatin. You can see the more LDH activity in the supernatant in these two groups compared to the control or individual treatment groups. Since it is this LDH activity is measured in comparison with the control, control is taken as 0. So compared to control, how many fold increase is there? It's measured, the percentage. The percentage is calculated compared to control value. That's why a control is represented as 0. Similar way, you can see the NO. NO is a nitrite release. Micromoles of nitrite release is measured in all the experimental groups. You can see the highest nitrite release in the IC50 dose of cisplatin as well as the combined regimen also showed significantly increased value compared to the individual treatment groups or control. So these are the morphological changes which are observed under the light microscopy. So this is the control, and nephrin also is similar to control without any cytotoxicity. At 10 micromolar, it is significantly less cytotoxicity. There is some cytotoxicity. You can see some rounding of cell rounding is there, but you can see in the combined regimen there is significant rounding of cells, and the number of cells are comparatively much less compared to say individual treatment groups or control, and it is almost similar to cisplatin IC50 dose. The number of cells are significantly less, and you can see the dead cells floating. And coming to the oxidative stress as measured by ROS, ROS is measured using this DCF dye. So DCF relative fluorescence of the relative DCF fluorescence. In terms of relative DCF fluorescence, it is expressed. You can see here the combined regimen as well as IC50 doses of cisplatin are showing almost similar levels of ROS generation. And ROS generation in the combined individual treatment groups is comparatively less. And here you can also see the cell viability. This is cell viability, percentage cell viability in different treatment groups. So as determined by MTTSA. Here you can see the significantly reduced reduced viability, cell viability in the combinatorial regimen, and this is the IC50 dose. And this is relative DCF fluorescence in the presence of after the this is with GSH. So in the presence and absence of GSH, you can see here the cell death is here it is DCF fluorescence ROS generation is significantly reduced when the cells are when the treatment includes GSH. You can see here green ones include only the ROS generation in different treatment groups, whereas the purple one shows the same treatment groups where GSH is already pre-treated with, the cells are pre-treated with GSH. The GSH is an antioxidant, so in the presence of antioxidant, ROS generation is significantly reduced. So you can see here the ROS generation is significantly inhibited. Here it is lipid peroxidation, TBA reactants. Lipid peroxidation also is significantly increased in combinatorial regimen and also IC50 dose of cisplatin compared to the individual treatment groups and control. Here, this table shows the antioxidants, enzymic and non-enzymic. GSH is non-enzymic, and SOD, catalase, GST, and GPX are antioxidant enzyme activities. So, in all the groups, we have measured the antioxidant activities and enzymic and non-enzymic antioxidants. You can see that combinatorial regimen and cisplatin IC50 dose, the antioxidant activity is very significantly reduced compared to individual treatment groups or control. So these two are comparable. So the combinatorial regimen is almost similar to IC50 dose of cisplatin. So you can see here how much dose of cisplatin is reduced. Here it is 20 micromolar, whereas in the combinatorial region, when we are using along with nephrin, we reduce the cisplatin dosage to half. Now here this picture shows the apoptosis determination. So here you can see the subG1 peak. You can see the cell cycle arrest at subG1 peak. You can see here only in the individual treatment groups, that is 10 micromolar nephrin shows only for 4.4% subG1 peak. So here also you can see 6.7% with cisplatin 10 micromolar. Whereas in the combinatorial regimen, it is 23.3% of sub-G1 peak. You can see here. So before G1, sub-G1 peak. This is it represents all the fragmented DNA. So sub-G1 peak. This is 23.3%, which is almost similar to that of IC50 dose of cisplatin. You can see 23.8% in the 20 micromolar cisplatin gives 23.8, whereas combinatorial regimen give 23.3% sub-G1. Now coming to mitochondrial membrane potential, you know that mitochondrial intrinsic pathway of apoptosis, the main thing is mitochondrial mediated apoptosis. Here you can see the mitochondria membrane integrity is very, very important for the mitochondrial oxidative phosphorylation and all that. So cellular respiration and energy, the cells require energy for their all the conducting all the activities. So if the mitochondria are lost, the membrane integrity is lost, then the mitochondria become dysfunctional. The inner membrane is only responsible for all the energy generation, ATP generation. You can see here mitochondrial membrane potential, which is determined with DiO6. So here you can see the mitochondrial membrane potential of the control is, it is taken as 100%. So compared to control, when we measured, you can see the individual treatment groups, there is a significant reduction compared to control, but you can see the combinatorial regimen and IC50 dose, there is almost similar mitochondrial loss of mitochondrial membrane potential, which is significantly higher, less compared to individual treatment groups. Now coming to all this this slide, this slide shows all the mRNA levels of all the apoptotic and pro-apoptotic and anti-apoptotic proteins. You can see here BCL2 is anti-apoptotic protein. Its anti-apoptotic protein levels are significantly lower in IC50 dose of cisplatin as well as the combinatorial regimen compared to the individual treatment groups or control. Now you can see the mRNA levels of pro-apoptotic proteins. That is, here you can see the BAX and here caspase-9 and caspase-3. So all are significantly increasing. Combinatorial regimen and the IC50 dose of cisplatin, there is a significant increase compared to individual treatment groups in all these pro-apoptotic proteins. Here this slide shows the protein expression profile of all the apoptotic proteins in different treatment groups. You can see the BCL2 level, which is significantly decreased compared to individual treatment groups. You can see the combinatorial regimen as well as the IC50 dose of cisplatin. There's a significant reduction in the expression level of BCL2 compared to individual treatment groups. Whereas all the other pro-apoptotic proteins, it is BAX, BAD, BAC, cytochrome C, all these levels are increased compared to individual treatment groups in both the combinatorial regimen as well as IC50 dose of cisplatin. You can see there is a significant increase in the expression profile of all these genes compared to individual treatment groups. Now coming to P53, P53 is I told you it's a tumor suppressor gene. So its level is slightly increased in the IC50 dose of cisplatin as well as combinatorial regimen compared to the individual treatment groups. Now coming to the cleaved caspase-9 and cleaved caspase-3. I think these are cleaved, it's normal caspase only, I think. So this is caspase-3 and caspase-9, because they're cleaved, no, their level is slightly increased. Their level is activity is significantly increased in combinatorial regimen as well as the IC50 dose of cisplatin compared to the individual treatment groups. The level of their activity is increased, and also you can similarly you can see the PARP cleavage is also slightly very clear. Cleavage is very clear in combinatorial regimen as well as the IC50 dose of cisplatin compared to the individual treatment groups. All this clearly shows that this combinatorial regimen induces apoptosis almost similar to IC50 dose of cisplatin. So the conclusion is nephrin sensitized human lung adenocarcinoma cells to cisplatin through induction of apoptosis by multiple mechanisms such as cell cycle arrest, ROS production, depletion of cellular antioxidant pool, reduction of mitochondrial membrane potential, and through downregulation of BCL2 expression and upregulation of BAC, release of cytochrome C, cleaved caspase 9 and 3, and also PARP cleavage. So altogether, our results suggest that the combinatorial therapy of cisplatin and nephrin reduces the cisplatin dose requirement in cancer therapy. So when we use this drug along with cisplatin, nephrin is used along with cisplatin, we can effectively reduce the cisplatin dosage to half. This paper is published in Journal of Cellular Biochemistry. Now coming to the second objective. Second objective is to study the effect of combined regimen of nephrin and cisplatin on cell survival and autophagy pathways in human lung adenocarcinoma cells. Here this picture shows, blue one represents untreated cells. Okay, this is cytotoxicity measurement using MTT assay. The MTT assay for measuring cell viability was carried out in the presence of chloroquine and in the presence or absence of chloroquine. Chloroquine is actually an inhibitor of autophagy. We just wanted to see whether we already know that ROS mediated apoptosis is also causing a significant cell death in these cells, but we also wanted to see the role of autophagy. So, in the presence of chloroquine, which inhibits autophagy, where we have determined the cytotoxic experiment, cytotoxicity was measured in all the different treatment groups. Blue one represents untreated. That means all the different treatment groups without chloroquine, and the presence of chloroquine. That means part of the cell death is also because of autophagy, we can say. You can also see here the morphological features in the presence of chloroquine and in the absence. Only chloroquine, no, it is almost similar to control, and you can also see nephrin also. Only nephrin also shows no cell death, but in the presence of, this is cisplatin, 10 micromolar cisplatin, and also here you can see the combinatorial regimen, and also here IC50 dose of cisplatin. So here you can see acridine orange staining. This is you can see the acridine orange staining, which shows acidic vacuole formation. Autophagy. You can see here. This is control. This is 10 micromolar nephrin. So here in the combinatorial regimen and cisplatin, you can see this, acidic vacuole formation. You can see the orange. acidic vacuole formation is very clearly visible in these two pictures. So whereas in the other individual treatment groups are controlled, there is no acidic vacuole formation. Here you can see the orange vesicles inside you can see here vacuole formation, acidic vacuole formation, which is visible in the form of orange stain in the combinatorial regimen as well as in the cisplatin. So here you can see this in the presence of in the presence of chloroquine. Okay, when it is present in the presence of chloroquine, there is no acidic vacuole formation. So it shows that chloroquine is inhibiting autophagy. You can see here. Autophagic gene expression. We have studied the expression profile of mRNA expression profile of PI3KC3 and also Beclin-1. So mRNA levels have been measured. You can see there is a significant reduction in the mRNA levels in a combinatorial regimen as well as in cisplatin IC50 dose for both the genes. There is a significant reduction in the mRNA level. Whereas you can see the protein profile, protein expression profile of all these autophagic genes. You can see the PI3KC3, it is significantly reduced in combinatorial regimen as well as in the IC50 dose of the cisplatin. Beclin also is significantly reduced here. And LC3B1 to LC3B2. There is a conversion from LC3B1 to LC3B2, which is an indicator of autophagy. So you can see here there's a LC3B1 to 2 conversion is more in the combinatorial as well as in the IC50 dose of cisplatin, which shows that there is autophagy induction. Here you can see LC3B1 to LC3B2 in the presence of chloroquine. In the presence of chloroquine, there is a slight reduction in the conversion, so which is inhibiting the autophagy. You can see here the band is the lower band is slightly less. Here you can see the lower band is more thick than the upper band, which is LC3B1 to 2 conversion is taking place here more, whereas here in the presence of chloroquine that is inhibited. So it shows autophagy is there. That is the combinatorial regimen is inducing autophagy. So you can see the effect of nephrin and cisplatin on cell survival signaling. So the cell survival pathway is measured. You can see the mRNA levels of the PI3K, AKT, and mTOR. All these genes, the expression profile and mRNA levels have been measured, and their level is significantly reduced. That means the cell survival has been inhibited in the with the combinatorial regimen, which is similar to IC50 dose of cisplatin. You can see there is significant reduction. And also you can see the protein expression profile of PI3K, AKT, phospho-AKT, mTOR, phospho-mTOR genes. So you can see all this, they are significantly reduced compared to individual treatment groups. So this is cell survival pathway is inhibited. That means cell proliferation has been inhibited by combinatorial regimen, which is equivalent to that of cisplatin. You can see here, phospho-AKT is reduced, okay, compared to individual treatment groups. AKT is not so much affected, but phospho-AKT is significantly reduced in the combinatorial regimen and cisplatin. And also mTOR also is reduced. So phospho-mTOR, you can see significant reduction in the expression. And coming to the FAK and VEGF, they are in the blood to the tumor, so that it also supports the growth of the tumor. And the FAK is for metastasis. The FAK gene expression this protein plays a major role in metastasis. So its level is significantly inhibited in combinatorial regimen as well as in cisplatin. And here you can see the MMP2 zymography. So here also you can see MMP2 is significantly inhibited. the MMP level is significantly decreased in combinatorial regimen compared to that of individual treatment groups. This is similar. The inhibition is similar. The reduction or decline is similar to that of IC50 dose of cisplatin. So the conclusion of this part of the study is that nephrin sensitized human lung adenocarcinoma cells to cisplatin through modulation of autophagy and cell survival pathways. So the result of the present study suggests that combined regimen could induce autophagy through accumulation of acidic vacuolar form, the acridin orange-induced acidic vacuole formation, and also conversion of LC3B1 to 2 in A549 cells. The combined regimen of nephrin with cisplatin significantly downregulated the cell survival proteins such as PI3K, AKT, mTOR through inhibition of FAC, VEGF, and MMP2. So this is the picture. You can the pictorial representation of how it induces cell death through apoptosis, induction of apoptosis, inhibition of cell survival pathway, and also inducing autophagy. So it induces apoptosis, autophagy, and also cell migration is also inhibited through inhibiting FAC and MMP as well as VEGF. So this paper has been published in Food and Chemical Toxicology. Thank you.
Vijay Padma madam.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and happy to see you this year also. I am Professor Ramarao from Geetham University.
Yes, sir.
Very nice work. And what is the rationality in selecting 10 micromolar of each nephrin and cisplatin?
Sir, actually we have done the